Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the entry glider today with Pillar Plays PC Games. Let's see if we can get the zoom looking. Okay, I'm zoomed in. Got the focus good. Alright. So I'm having to do this the hard way, so bear with me. This is the PC game inspired by the tabletop game. As a result, there's a lot of stuff that does kind of carry over, but also some stuff that goes a little bit differently. I will be doing this the hard way because trying to record on this computer is a real pain in the butt. So I'm using my cell phone today. So here's hoping sound comes through well enough. All right. The Big Mac. I always like the creativity from all the different mercenary units, or at least most of them. It seems. I still need to pick up the Mercenaries box set for BattleTech because it's just fun for me to pick up all the mechs and all those box sets. I don't know if I'll ever pick up a Clan Invasion, but yeah. Alright, so you've got your name of your mercenary unit. You can change your captain's quarters along with your emblem. This gives you an idea of your finances because it's that kind of game. Here's your current funds divided by your monthly costs, which come up during your financial report. And that tells you about how many months you're good for. You can raise your costs as part of your financial report to improve your morale. Morale is an important resource during battle to do more stuff. So whatever you can do to improve morale, go for it. This is the point where we have the Argo. It's kind of early in the game, but you still have to get through a little bit to get it and get it fixed up. But at this point, we've got a lot of options to work with. Here's our task management. So I've got a couple mech warriors out of action. I've got a couple works in progress mech wise. I've got a ship upgrade in progress. Hiring hall. You can hire more mech warriors, but you are limited to your space and your budget. You can learn about various mech warriors in a little story bit here. You can visit your local store for the parts to assemble battle mechs. Being able to assemble a stalker early would be pretty nice. Weapons, ammo, equipment like upgraded cockpits and heat banks and replacing jump jets you might have lost. Of course, the mechs. So instead of buying whole mechs, you end up buying the pieces and you'll have to assemble them the hard way. However, you're limited to a number of mechs based on your base. Now, it's possible to upgrade your base, but it takes time. The power conduit repairs is one of the foundational techs to improve it. So here we can take our various mechs and do refits, repairs. So we refit the Enforcer. Our options involve maybe improving the armor by dropping some weapons. Maybe drop the large laser down to a medium laser and improve heat sinks or armor. So AC-10 large lasers and nice little long range weapon suite. If we take out the jump jets, less maneuverability to improve the armor. Up here are hard points. So in theory, I could just add more energy weapons by dropping the armor, dropping jump jets. I probably want to add more heat sinks in the process. That's how many jump jets you're limited to. You can have support weapons. Small lasers, machine guns, and flamers are considered support weapons. And they count against this instead of their usual type. But whatever you end up doing, you can confirm, and it'll give you a cost and a time estimate. For now, we're going to leave the Enforcer as is. There's your mech warriors in the barracks. You can check on them, see how they're doing. You have training, so you can spend your XP that you gain over the battles to improve your skills. You can take 2 of these skills at this point. Piloting and guts are going to be something else. Waiting for order. And then depending on which of the 2 you focused on, there'll be one to work towards on either of the 2, and that'll be your limit. Build and balance or just hard focus on one, your call. If any of your mech warriors die, they will be remembered here. Once you actually have the Argo, ship upgrades are your options. So in order to increase the mech bays, I already have mech bay 1. Mech bay 2 requires the repaired power conduits, which is why I decided to fast track that one. As soon as that's done, I will have more space for mechs. Unfortunately, battle mechs are expensive to maintain. You keep an eye on finances here. You know, mech warriors are not cheap. When they're recruits, perhaps. But as their skills increase, well, if you had the good skills worth paying for, you'd want to charge more for it yourself, right? There's operating the Argo and maintaining my selection of battle mechs. There's reviewing the star map for where you might want to go for contracts. There's the command center for actually taking on contracts. And it's from here that we go off to battle. So let's take a look at what we got here. Each one of those skulls represents the difficulty. If you try to take on a higher difficulty with less tonnage than the mission expects. You'll get a kind of warning for it, but you can still go through with it. It just means you're going to need to be on the ball with regard to your tactics. Alright. So, Stubborn Surrender. Lengthy conflict with the Directorate here in Weldry. Old Mechs. Yeah. War's over. Let's get the message across. And you can negotiate. More salvage. Higher priority to salvage. At the cost of less reputation. Or improve reputation. So there's a counterbalance. You try to increase payment, you reduce salvage. You try to increase salvage, you reduce payment. If you reduce both, you improve reputation. Alright. I like having salvage. Alright. So let's go ahead and accept. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. The person you thought was dead at the beginning isn't. The other person you thought was dead lived longer than expected and died anyway. Spoilers. So yeah. I'll get to this point. Have your battle mechs available. Yeah, let's give the brand new member of our team the Shadowhawk. Let's see how this plays out. Ready for a fight? I know I am. Alright. 195 tons of let's go kick some ass. Alright. Sometimes while you're waiting in space for things to happen, you'll get these little events. And you'll have choices to make sometimes. And that's how I ended up with a Squire showing up in the hiring hall. And I ended up hiring him just because. It never hurts to have backup mech warriors on protracted campaigns of mercenary work. Alright. Simple objective, just destroy the lands. You'll get tips that pop up here. And then it's just a matter of waiting for the prepping for combat thing to turn to begin mission. The game on this computer with settings adjusted downward, it runs close to smoothly, not perfectly smoothly, but at least that's something. We went to run through the first two, through at least one enemy turn, where I actually have to fight back against them. Ultimately, the longer this video goes on, the bigger it's going to be. And the bigger it is, the longer it's going to take to upload. So, I may have to call it at the 20-minute mark. But let's see how far I can get here. We'll go over the turn structure. Alrighty. Alright, move forward and clear them out. They may be old and poorly maintained, but they can still kill you. Yeah. Alright. So, you can select your mech that you're going to move. And then pick their mode of move. Walk. sprint, which means you can't fire, but you're moving faster. Jump, if you want to get to some higher places. Certain things will be active or passive things you'll choose. Other things will hinge on your resolve, and you can always just pass and just brace. After you do a normal move or jump, you can fire on enemies. Each one of your weapons will give you a percentage chance to hit with. It will also generate heat. See that line? If your heat gets past that line, then you're at risk of overheating, and the usual overheating effects of BattleTech kick in. Risk of shutdown, risk of ammo explosion, reduced movement. It sucks. Try not to screw up your heat management. Alright. Little dots will pop up, and I'll show you how far you can move. Little chevrons will tell you what your evasion bonus will be when you're shot at. And that little arc is what direction you're facing. Evasive, bulwark, cover, everything, every little advantage you can get to protect your mechs, make use of it. At some point, we'll reach a point where it says enemy contact. Everyone will have one last chance to finish their moves, and then we'll go into the first turn of the actual fight. Alright. Sometimes they'll do this little cinematic thing. It can be turned off, it can be made to be everything. I like leaving it on the random. Just cause. Alright. There we go. Enemy detected. So after this, we will actually start fighting. Alright. So we're officially in combat, and up top is our initiative bar. White chevrons will represent us on our side, red will represent enemies. It will be alternating at that initiative until everyone's moved. Entirely possible to have someone reserved. But at this point, well, since we've got our good evasion bonuses, let's just reserve the entire team and react to whatever they do. We won't know what mechs are up against until they actually get it within range. A cicada. There's going to be a lot of lightweight, medium weight mechs early on, it seems. I think the heaviest mech we've seen so far has been a quick draw. Yeah. Alright. Alright. We go with jump, get some better mobility, be a harder target to hit. Alright. We go ahead and target the cicada. Our accuracy sucks. Let's not fire the AC5. And just go with the kind of decent weapons options. 3 SRM2s and a medium laser. Structure exposed. More vulnerable to critical hits. Every hit will reduce your target's evasion. So if you can have everybody focus on a single mech, it's probably your best strategy. Alright, let's go ahead. This little yellow bar that goes up, that's the stability. With enough stability damage, a mech can potentially fall. Knocking out a mech's leg puts a red bar in a red section in their yellow bar and makes them easier to knock down. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on the AC2s for now. Just focus on lasers. Alright. Last mech. Alright. We'll go ahead and hold off on the LRM5 for now. Or we'll make use of multi-target. So we'll choose the cicada as the first target. And then reactivate the LRM5 and target this mech over here. There we go. The B means it's targeting the Shadowhawk. The 3As are targeting the cicada. Let's watch. So we get little notifications of components getting destroyed and damage happening to pilots. And ultimately, you're just going to be going back and forth until the encounter ends and you'll be able to move closer to your objective. Let's go through another round here. If you're lucky, fighting one lance is all you have to do.
What can I do for you?
Where it gets super tricky is when you fight a lance and realize, oh crap, there's another one. Never underestimate the potential for enemy reinforcements. Alright. Let's go ahead and do the whole multi-target thing. Alright. And set those. And multi-target. Shadowhawk.
Got it.
Alright. Might as well try to put the hurt on more than one mech while I can. Ow.
Dang it, that hurt.
Ah. Pilot injured means that after the battle, they're going to need time to recover. It's going to come down to your medical facilities. Okay. To see how long it's going to take. I'll see here. Let's go ahead and jump. Make use of the cover. Make sure we're facing front to all potential opponents. All right. Actually, let's go ahead and multi-target. Cicada. We'll do the laser. Shadowhawk. We'll do the AC-10. And we'll fire. Not quite enough. Still standing. Oh well. The Kentaro.
That hit hard.
Yeah, your pilots are gonna have a lot to say on their reactions or on their turn. All right. All right.
Location confirmed.
All right. We'll have trees instead of evasion. It's all right. How sure do I need to be that this target is going to be very dead? It never hurts to be too sure. There we go. And with that, we have an advantage in number of mechs. So let's see if we can push that advantage all the way. All right. So what we're going to do is make use of our morale to tie up, do a precision strike on the Shadowhawk. Called shot. Just coring the center torso. Probably be the easier approach. Trying to remember what weapons are where. I think it's the left torso on the Shadowhawk. Yeah, left torso. Knock out that big gun. Good, the AC-5 is down. That'll help out later. All right. And let's go one more round. As you can see, it's just point, click, choose your targets, open fire. Sometimes you may not like the situation you're in and just need to have someone run away. Just long enough to get out of danger.
I'm taking a pounding, Commander.
Alright. Well,
Commander?
alright.
Moving to position.
Alright. Let's get some evasion. Alright. So that red line, she can shoot. That's going to be tricky, but we have a lot of shots. Let's see how this turns out.
Affirmative.
Good. Structure exposed. Let's try to turn this around. Yeah, this is a bad situation right here.
Reporting. Structural damage.
Unsteady means they're at risk of getting knocked down. You can have them brace to clear it. Okay, So who all is gone so far? Well, there's Kentaro has gone. Shadowhawk. Let's see here. Spider? I think that's everybody. No? The little red chevron is still up. Unless that was their last one. Alright. Let's go and take the Enforcer. And let's start making use of some advantages here. Get behind their mech. And we'll do a multi-target. Start out with Spider. Small laser. Large laser. Actually, yeah, use the large laser. Okay. See what we do. There we go. Sometimes you can ignore cover. Take advantage of it.
Yes, Commander.
Alright. When the yellow brackets pop up when you move, that means you can get into melee with them. Try to shut down the spider. Alright. One more turn. One more mech to work with. Let's go ahead and demonstrate melee. Yeah. We'll go ahead and demonstrate melee. Spider's a little harder to hit. But also the small laser will go off and it's part of the process. Alright. Nice. It's funny when you knock a mech down and fire a support weapon at them anyway. Oh crap, they did have one in reserve. Oops. The Shadowhawk. Oh, that was dumb. Okay. I think I'm pushing it on the storage here. You know what? Let's see this through to the end. Now, if I don't like how this battle went, I'm probably going to go do the restart mission on the menu.
Good to go.
Alright. So I think can't sprint. Vigilance. Yeah. Alright. And brace.
Good for now. Cooling down a bit.
Yeah. Some extra toughness. But we do have to work quickly to shut down this fight. Alright. Okay. Fire. Be able to turn it around that way. There you go. Yeah, the further out you go, the more restricted your turning is going to end up. So always be sure to keep that in mind. The Shadowhawk already went. But might as well deal with it now. And that didn't help much. Alright. Leave my blackjack alone.
I'm bleeding. Hey, I lost a weapon.
Priorities. Yeah, I might be restarting this. Disassemble. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Multi-target. Shadowhawk. Not the LRM. Not the large laser. The Kintaro. Alright. Here's open. Alright. Finally. Select. So, one other thing you can try is death from above. Is it dumb? Yes. Can you do it? Go ahead. Yep. Sometimes it's the only way to be sure. There we go. One more round. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So, lost weapons. It hurts. I don't like it. Some things just cannot be avoided. Can at least get a shot off at someone on the way out. Spider. Can't hit worth a damn.
Right, Commander.
Gonna try anyway.
Sounds good.
Right. Oh well. Okay, the Shadowhawk moved, Spider moved. So the Kintaro is who we're gonna need to deal with next. Alright, where are they at? Here. Okay. Let's go ahead. And jump right behind him. Okay. Good. Get that damage in. Ammo. There we go. That should help. Alright. That's right. Target the FNG and not the person who's already been suffering enough. Alright. Alright. Target the Kentaro. Alright. Everything. Everything. Alright. And finally, last guy. Alright. Probably not the alarm pie, though. No more critical damage. This is rough. I don't want to have to do this battle over, but I lose anyone important. Of course, the spider. Gonna make use of their advantage. Being right behind me. Ow. Alright. So that was the spider, who's currently in an advantageous position. Alright. Jump. Yeah, because I would rather not have anyone in my back arc. This guy. So let's go ahead and do the alarms anyway. More weapons get knocked out. Good. Ow. Crap. Losing heat sinks is a pain in the ass. For sure. Okay. Gintaro has not moved yet. Let's see. I want to make sure. Screw it, melee. That's steady. It might help us. Or not. And of course, they're just going to get behind. Anyway. I'm falling down. Yeah. No. That's going to suck. Well, I think she's out of danger for now. So screw it. Go ahead and knock him out. No, not enough. Crap. Stand up. Alright. 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 Okay. Got a multi-target. Guy in front of me. Save the AC-10 for the spider. It's even worse. Great. Well, let's try. That wasn't enough for the Shadowhawk. The spider doesn't care either. Crap. Well, it's worth a shot. The spider's gonna wreck my crap. Hmm? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, less than optimal processor means this is going to take a while. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Screw it. Gets me a good modifier
Affirmative.
and one hopefully stops a mech that. There we go. Do it.
Targeting enemy 6.
There we go. 2 down.
That's a kill.
1 arm and a dream. Blackjack. Alright.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Still standing though. That's what matters. Alright. They are out of mechs to move. Let's end this. Let's see here. Make sure we can face the Shadowhawk. Alright. And this. Good. They're down to 1. Okay. Go as far as I can. Alright. Target. Precision strike. Let's go for it. Shot that center torso. There we go. Alright. Last guy. Okay. Still a precision strike. Good. Mission accomplished. Alright. Yay. That's how you do a mission. Excellent work, commanders. I'm playing board screen. Let's go home. Yeah. Alright. Alright. And of course, after the mission's over, your objectives, get your MRB score, reputation, payout. Yeah. Okay. Be injured for a while. Injured for a while. Get experience. View your damage. Need another heatsink. I need 2 more heat sinks, 2 more medium lasers, and AC2. And possibly the ammo. No, the ammo's kept somewhere else. Keep that in mind for salvage. Everybody killed one. Yay. Or prioritize the components needed to build some heavier weight mechs. I mean, there's not much else I'm really getting out of this. So, screw it. Confirm. Aw, missed out on some stuff. Oh well. Alright. And then from there, it's go back to the ship, go to take care of your repairs. Alright. Review. Okay, so there'll be priority missions for pushing the story forward. And then, of course, save. Next plot point. There we go. And from there, just probably take a break and I proceed accordingly. Here's where you can unpause the timeline, watch people come back, repairs finish, upgrades complete, your bills hanging over you, ready to descend. And that's basically BattleTech. It was on Steam sale. I don't know if the Steam sale is still going, but for $10, it was totally worth it. Alright, thanks very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Mech Warrior. I'll see you next time.